Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I have this smoky bright halo eye. So if you'd like to see how I achieved today's look, keep on watching. Alright, so I already did my base off camera. So today's palette, I'm using the Revolution Reloaded Divisions palette. And I'm starting off with this cream color for my transition shade. So to start my halo, I took this mossy green color that's directly next to our transition shade, and I placed that on the outside and I blended it inward, and then I proceeded to go from the inside on out so I can get that oval shape. So I wanted to make sure that this halo is as pigmented and as smoky as I saw it in my head. So I went back into that same mossy green color just to build up that pigmentation. Y'all, please do not mind my hair. I know it's looking a little funky, but it's been a long week and I don't really have time to do my hair, so I just rock out with what I got. So yeah, don't clock me. Okay, so then I took a deeper shade of green from the same palette and I used a more denser rounded brush just to pack on this color. So I packed it on the outside and then the inside, and then I blended it together almost in a upside down U. So at this point, I wanted my halo to be more smokier, so I went back into that same green and then I dipped into that black. I just tapped my brush in one time and I did the same thing. I pressed it on the inside and outside corner and then I blended it out. So a trick that I learned when I'm doing my halos, I like to tilt my head back just a little bit so I can see an outline of where exactly I'm placing these shadows and how I'm blending it out, and making sure that it is as rounded out as possible. And then I went back into that same mossy green color that we first used, and I blended that out, and I wanted to make it bigger because once I do the halo, I want to make sure that when I look at you eye to eye, you'll be able to see the actual crease in the cut that I did. To create my halo, I went in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. Now, an advice tip I can give you all, start on the side that isn't your dominant. Because when you cut your crease, you don't want your creases to look different. You don't want them to look lopsided or one side is bigger than the other. So it'll be easier if you start off with the side that's not on your dominant side. So when you do go on your dominant, it will be easier to match. Unfortunately, I started off on my dominant side. I'm a lefty. I really don't know why I did that, because usually I start on my right eye first because it's easier to mimic. But I finessed it a little later on in the video. You'll see how I did that. Then I went back in with that darker green and that black shade to blend out the edges. Now when I do my halos, I like to make this weird shape. It's almost like when you're squeezing a ball and it's little in the middle and then the top and the bottom are wider. That's how I like to do my halos. Then I went back in with that mossy lighter green shade to blend it out even more. Then I went in with the green shimmer shade that's in that same palette, and I sprayed it with some setting spray to make sure that it is as pigmented as I like it. With this shimmer, I noticed that I had to dig a little bit to make it more pigmented on the eye. As you can see, my eye isn't even directly in the camera, but it's already popping. So I am pleased with this, honey. Look how gorgeous this shade is. I am still in awe. I am in love with this shimmer. Revolution has some of the best eyeshadows for it to be so inexpensive. So if you haven't gotten your hands on any Revolution palettes, you need to do so, because look, popping, spicy, that's it. And to make the center even more brighter, I went into my ABH Aurora Glow Kit and I used the shade Helia. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's a green shimmer shade. So I sprayed the opposite side of the brush. I sprayed that and then I placed it in the center. And then I blended it out with the same mossy green shade that I first used. I didn't dip back into the palette, I just used whatever that was left on the brush. And yes, this is my happy dance whenever I'm liking a look. To create my wing, I used the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. This is one of the best drugstore liquid liners there is out on the market. So I highly recommend everybody to get their hands on it if they haven't already done so. I felt like this look was missing a little bit of spiciness, so I took my NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner in the shade Halo to give a little outline to the tip of the wing, not all the way. I've really been into adding a pop of color to my eyeliner. I just feel like it pulls in another element and it makes the look even more creative and more fun. So I highly recommend, I know I say this a lot, but I recommend everybody trying something new with their eyeliner. Add a little pop of color. For my lower lash, I went in with this light orange shade from that same palette. It's almost like an ashy pink. I didn't want a color that's too bright because I didn't want anything to clash, but this was soft enough and it complemented it really well. Then I took my NYX Jumbo Pencil in black to line my waterline. For blush, I went in with my BH Cosmetic Novios palette. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But I took the last three colors to the right-hand side and blended those together. For lashes, I do not know the exact style of these lashes. I actually got them from AliExpress, and I think I swapped them in the wrong box, but the brand is called Viso Free. So if I can find them, I will definitely leave them in the description box below.
It's not on.
Then I went back in with my Vivid Brights liner and I just drew the line a little longer so it wouldn't get lost behind the lash. For lashes, if you don't know, and if you already know, I went in with my holy grail, the Essence False Lashes Mascara, bomb.com, period. Then I went into my It's My Ray Rays palette with BH Cosmetics and I used the shade Moonlight to highlight.
Whoa.
To line my lips, I went in with the NYX Lingerie Push Up in the shade After Hours. Then I took this liquid linen from BH Cosmetics in the shade Karen, and then I topped it off with this ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Lazy. And voila, here we have our finished look. How are y'all feeling about this? On a scale of 1 to 10, it's definitely giving a 10 of spiciness, and I'm so here for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Everything that I use will be in the description box, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope I get to see you guys in the next one. Bye.